Good day, everyone, and let's discuss the ultimate girls trip. So I just finished watching it, and I can tell you that the very first episode is indeed interesting. The casting is good. As before watching, I felt like some cast should not be there. I had some kind of feeling that some other cast or some other housewives from South Africa are supposed to be part of this show. But getting to see it, I think they did the right thing. They gave us the right people that could give us a good show. And the ladies did not really waste time to start the show or to start giving us what we really need to see. So for this first episode, we get to meet all eight cast. However, London did not make it to Jamaica. And one thing I want to tell you so far is that I think the Johannesburg ladies and the Durban ladies are carrying the show so far, and it's only fair that they are doing that because, or let me say, it is sensible that it seems as though they are the one who seem to have a storyline we can follow up on this girls trip because they from their franchise there are more than one person from their franchise we get to see on this trip. So let us start where the drama started from and all of that. So it started with Bev. Is it Bev? Yeah, Bev and Christall. And you all know Christall to be drama. Christall is one cast on Real Housewives that she just says some things and you feel like, how are they really making sense? So Christall is that kind of person. And Bev was like, when they were in the car before getting to the villa, Bev was like, she feels like Christall would be the first person to bring a fight on the show or to fight on the show, and Christall is not having it. And now I don't get to understand, like after watching this first episode, and I get to understand the reason why Christall was not taking that lightly. You get to understand because if you should check back franchise that is Real Housewives of Johannesburg, and narrative was so much of back and forth and fighting and all of that. So it's not really, I don't think for anybody who's sensible, they really feel good that that has now become their identity on a reality TV show. I think it is just something you will not really feel good about. So I think because while I was watching, I felt like, oh, Christall is being too dramatic. Babe is just being like, okay, this is something. But getting to understand and a narrative about the cancelled season 3, Christall was supposed to be on the season 3 of The Real Housewives of Johannesburg, but it was cancelled before they get to film another one, which aired last year. So Christall also was in a very brutal fight, and I think it was part of a narrative, or she really discussed how things really played out during this while they had dinner. So let us talk about while they arrived away from Christall and Bev narrative. Then there is the Nonku arriving, and Nonku said she is here to bring peace. And I'm like, no, Nonku, we know you for drama. We know you for, yes, I think drama. So Nonku cannot give us peace. Yes, so, and I think I really love Nonku for, and when Nonku arrived at the villa, I don't know if it's Bev or Mel, she was clapping, and Loconco was like, why are you guys doing this? It's so funny that Loconco was not like, no, you guys should not really rate this lady the way you guys have decided to rate her. But I think it is understandable that Nonku has gotten this kind of rating because of how she really tells the most authentic storyline when it comes to our personal storyline on our own franchise, that is the Durban franchise. And I think here she's set to still give us a good show. I think Nonku is someone that does it on filter, like she don't really do too much of I just want to tell what will be best for me. She told us the good, the bad, and the ugly of our life, and we are here for it. So moving on from all of that, all the ladies did made it to the villa, and there was this conversation about the Christall and Bev narrative was one thing that they really kept having. So let me just go straight to the dinner and all the conversation that happened there. So at the dinner, they discussed their individual franchise. It was just like them catching up and getting to know one another. Okay, before that, let me talk about this lady, Mel, Colin, Lacey, Mrs. Zuma. And when she did that, I knew this lady is here for drama. Mel is like, will I say she's being petty or being messy or want to just really poke Laconco, and Laconco addressed that. I feel like Mel is just being messy by doing that. So, but I think she's here to just give us a chance to like, no, we are going to give Mzansi people a show. So away from that, let me talk about Liz. While they were having the conversation, Liz was like, "Oh, our franchise was the first to go international and all of that in SA." And I'm like, interesting. But for me, I think GQ was also interesting. So you guys, what do you guys think about GQ? I saw GQ, but I just had to stop halfway. I think I saw like the first three episodes, and I was like, you can go JQ, probably because I got to see it on Showmax and I just have to binge watch everything. But unlike probably if it was coming weekly, maybe I would have been able to catch up. So that was it for JQ. I don't really think it was that good. And the way the ladies, I think it was Christall. I was like, Christall is shady because Christall asked that, okay, if you claim, what's the name, GQ is best, who are the people that saw GQ? And we get to understand that GQ was limited to just South Africans, unlike some other franchise that were on Showmax and gets to be seen a whole lot of countries across Africa. And like franchise like Durban that is on IU and international streaming platforms. So I think you can make that comparison. Then let us discuss how Bell, is it Bev? Bev had to discuss herself. And I felt bad for Bev and this narrative about a child and all of that. I felt like, oh my god, so this woman has to go through all of this. I felt bad for her. Then let's discuss the Loconco and Nonku back and forth. So, Nonku came and she was like, "Yeah, she's here for peace," but we know she was lying. Until when she now decides to bring the petal situation, I feel like it's long overdue. And for this episode, it was just like a tit for tat something. And from that, we were able to see a whole lot aside from the petals, and what's the other conversation. We get to see a whole lot. And I think this episode was quite hilarious and very funny to me personally. And so far, I think cast which I really look forward to their narrative on this show include Lakonko. I think I'm so much into the Durban ladies. Yeah, and for you, which of the ladies do you really look forward to? So it was just so messy but interesting for me so far. So let us look forward to more episodes. Bye. Yeah.